I love how we just went live and neither one of us was sitting at our desk. Or, hang on, that was intentional. It was a grand entrance. It was a...
Good morning. Good morning, Limitless CEOs. How are you? How are you doing today? If you're watching us live, do say hello, join this conversation. We've been giggling so much as we've written this session today. It was an idea that we had at the beginning of the week when we were listening to, I can't even remember his name actually now, to be honest.
I can never remember his name. So, okay, so his name is this Limitless Brunch has been inspired by a guy called Alex Hormozi. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. So he is a first generation Iranian American entrepreneur, investor, and philanthropist. All the things. But it was something that we heard him speaking about.
It made us laugh out loud. It's something I've sent to my husband. He sent it to his whole team. It's really funny. It's a really, really good listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he inspired us to think about things in a slightly different way. Do you want to start? I think you were going to start by introducing in terms of
our brains.
Yeah. How our brains. As a mind master, I feel like I should hand over to you to talk about how our brains operate.
Okay, do you want to know, how does a dog's brain work? Yours is very simple. And to be honest, our brains are not that much different. We've got very simple minds. We've still got the mind and the brain of our prehistoric ancestors. And this was very much about survival. Our brain was there to help us survive the wilderness, to survive the beasts, to survive the cold, to survive everything. And in order to do that, our brain is wired to look for problems to solve. That's basically what it's there to do. So it's so easy. And excuse me for my breakfast there. Our brain finds it so much easier to find problems and follow problems and look for the problems rather than to really look for the solutions and see the other side or just ignore them. It will just keep looking for that rather than the simple, beautiful way. So I think that's really interesting for us to recognize that we are going to look for problems. And it's about really recognizing that in ourselves, that you might be looking for a problem that's not even there.
Yeah. Okay, right. So knowing what we know then about this, I think what's really interesting is, and this is where the inspiration from Alex came from earlier this week, was that he was saying that let's not fight our natural way of being. If this is how our brains operate, let's almost like give our brains that fuel that they're looking for.
Yeah.
And when it comes to trying to solve problems, i.e. the most regular problems or I guess questions that we get asked all the time is, how do I make more money? How do I attract more clients? How do I make more impact? How do I get more engagement? We can look at these scenarios and rather than be looking for the solution, like how do I, we can actually reverse engineer it slightly. So let's look at the opposite of the thing that we desire, because it's very easy to find all the ways in which you can't do something rather than the ways in which you can do something.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're still following. And this is what we're going to do today. We're going to have a bit of fun with this. It's going to be really lighthearted. We were laughing out loud at ourselves, and just, I think when you actually look at things in reverse and have a look at the how do I not do something,
you find the solution to how to.
Right, because the solution is just do the opposite.
I loved it. It was just, I love it. We've been laughing out loud in writing this, seeing it in ourselves. It's just been really fun. We've got some ladies watching, so I'm just going to say hi, Joe. Hi, Kate. Thank you so much for being here. Hello to everyone who's watching on replay as well. Feel free to engage with us. Give us some light bulbs if what we say is like, oh my God.
Can I just do like a quick interruption before we dive into all the fun and the juicy stuff? Because ladies, you'll have seen this week that we have just launched the most incredible, brand new, free, life-altering, once-in-a-lifetime experience that we are going to be running next Thursday. Look at your diaries now. It's Thursday, the 17th of November. And this experience is going to be running for the whole morning from 9:30 until 1:30 p.m. It's called WOMANKInd, and it's all about helping you to really find the confidence to be one of a kind, really helping you to understand who you are at the core and how you can cultivate the confidence that you need to do the things that you want to do, to be the woman that you were really born to be. It's going to be, we planned it out yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this. I feel like this is almost like the missing link of things that we haven't yet done. Like, we talk so much about strategy and energetics. And I think one of the things that we find a lot is that with the women that come into our world, it's just like this crisis of confidence to be able to do the things, to follow their dreams, to follow the strategy, to, you know, to be in the energy that they want to be in. So this is the absolute golden nugget, I think, that we're so excited to share.
No, we don't think we know, because having gone through the last 6 months that we've gone through, this is everything that we have learned in the last 6 months that has just literally, when we wrote it out, it was like, this, every woman needs to know this. Every woman who wants to create a business, to earn money in the entrepreneurial space, needs to read this. Anyone who is a CEO of a business, their own business, anyone who is a CEO of their life. So even if you don't have a business, you need to know this. If you're the CEO of your household, you need to listen to this. So we've invited you, if you've joined already, we've invited you to share a graphic, because we would love for you to invite your girlfriends, your family friends, your sisters, your cousins, your nieces, your aunts. We would love for them to hear this. So whether you share it privately, whether you share it publicly, we would love for all women to hear what we have to say next Thursday. Whether you can join us live by taking the morning off and just coming and being with us for what is going to be an incredibly beautiful experience, or whether you come in and register and you get the replays. It's going to be something that you're going to want to watch over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Right, now we can dive into some
Sorry
fun.
for the interruption, but I suppose too important not to talk about. Okay, so we're going to reverse engineer then. Like, how do you make more money in your business? How do we're going to reverse this then? So we're going to give you all the ways in which
how not to make money.
How not to make money in your business. And all you then need to think about is doing the opposite. It truly is that simple.
Yeah. We said we were going to give you 10 mindset shifts, but when we sat down this morning to give you the 10, we realized that there are far more than just 10. So we're just going to quick fire them at you, and just love to get some, just tell us, light bulb, oh my God, yes. That's why I'm not making money in my business. Just good morning, Jules. Hello, lovely to see you here.
Hi, Jules.
How to not make money in your business? What would you do? Number one, go.
Number one, take advice from your spouse, your family, your friends, and all the people that you know that haven't grown a successful business. Take advice from people who don't make lots of money, don't have lots of money. That's how you make lots of money. Take advice from all the people that haven't done it.
How to not make money in your business. Yeah, okay. Ask me the question, Em, and I'll reply to you.
Ali, how to not make money in your business?
Well, if I didn't want to make any money in my business, I would go onto social media and find all the ways that everybody who is out there doing what I want to do, further up than me in this whole kind of like quest in this mountain, and just say, well, they've had it easier than me. They're prettier than me. They're younger than me. They don't have children my age. They are younger. They're cleverer. They've got so much more experience. They've got older kids. They've got kids who've left home. They're far more creative. Everybody loves them. They've got this vibe, this aura about them. And I don't have it. That's what I would do. I'd go onto social media and do that. If I didn't want to make any money in my business, that is what I would do.
That's such a good idea.
That's a great idea. Let's do it.
Let's do that. Okay.
Number three, how would you not make business? How would you not make money? If you were going into business and didn't want to make any money, what would you do?
I would also go onto social media, but this time I would hate on the people that are doing what I want to do. I would criticize them. I would judge them, shame them, maybe look for all their faults, and then convince myself why you don't really know what all the big deal is all about.
Yeah. And then I come and tell all my friends and have a conversation about why they're all so crap.
And if I was having a really shit day, I might even leave a nasty comment just to like get that knife
just
in.
to do that, just to be really, really mean. Yeah, do that. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. The best way to make no money in your business would be to do that. Go and ask it to me. I'll tell you how I would do it.
How are you not going to make money in your business?
I'd go and find all the things that are really, really bad about me, all the things that are wrong with me. I would look at myself in the mirror and just like literally tell myself all the reasons why I'm not good enough, all the things that have happened in my past, and just replay them over and over and over and over until I sobbed into my cup of tea. That is what I would do. That is what I would do. If I didn't want to make any money in my business, I would do that.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And what would you do today? If you decided to come in there and, you know, I'm not going to make any money in my business today, what would you do?
You know what? I would be in a relationship that really doesn't support my dreams, with somebody that makes me feel really guilty for what I want to do, that I allow to control me and to control my opinions and my fears and drive my decisions. And I would avoid all the hard conversations that I would need to have to try and bring that person, that love, that person that's closest to me on board. That's what I do. I'd stay in that situation in my relationship.
Yeah, shrinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, avoiding. Always such a great tactic if you don't want to grow, if you don't want to earn any money. Love that one.
Yeah, do everything in secret. That's a good one. Do it in secret so that they don't know that you're doing it.
Yeah. Do you know what I do today?
What would you do?
If I didn't want to make any money today, I wouldn't tell anybody about the things that I had that they could buy from me. You know, I would keep telling myself that selling is a bad thing, and that I wouldn't go online and tell them and sell the things that I believe in. I would hold it all to myself. I wouldn't tell anybody. I would discount everything, maybe even like make them all zero, but not sell them at all anyway.
Do it all for free.
So I would just do it all for free. I would feel really, really guilty about how much money I was putting on my services. And then, do you know what I would do? I'd come and tell you that I was really pissed off that no one was buying things I wasn't selling.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I would do today. Yeah, don't like selling. I'm not going to sell. I'm not going to tell anybody about anything that I've got.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I don't want to make any money in my business, so I'm not going to sell anything.
Top secret, not selling.
Yeah, not selling. Yeah. Okay, come on, Em, tell me. Today, if you decided that you didn't want to make any money in your business, what would you do?
Okay, so if I wanted to be like a wealthy woman who was really good with money, the one thing I would do to make sure that I wasn't making any money is I wouldn't look at my finances. I definitely wouldn't want to look at my finances. I probably would bury my head around my finances. Like, I don't want to see how much money I've got or not got anywhere. I would probably discount all my services. I would cling to money in fear. That's always a good one. So if I cling on to money in fear, that's going to help me make no money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't invest. I definitely wouldn't want to invest unless I had absolute evidence, or unless I already had people paying me. I'd make sure that I wasn't investing before I had people paying me. And I would just go out and overspend on a load of tat that I don't really need, that makes me feel good for 5 minutes. That's what I do.
Yeah, great strategy. That is like the perfect strategy if you didn't want to make any money today. Jo says you're brightening my day up. Yeah. The next one is a good one. I like this one. If I didn't want to make any money today, do you know what I'd go and do today? On my Friday, I would go and sign up to every single free program that was out there on the internet at the moment. I would go and sign up for everything, every program, every course, and then just not do anything with the information that I'd learned. I would consume all of the free stuff, high level, quite vacuous, and never really go any deeper on that. I would just look at all the free stuff on social media, all the free stuff that all the coaches are giving, but never really commit to doing any of the work. And then I would just spend the afternoon kidding myself that I'd done a great day's work. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Working on my business. I've been working on my business all day. scrolling social media, liking everyone's posts if I thought that was good. Yeah.
Good one.
I'd make a lot of money, or no money today. I'd make a lot of no money. There we go.
No money.
I would do that. I would do that. Come on. What would you do today if you wanted to make no money?
Okay, if I wanted to make no money, I'd wait. I'd wait until I'm ready. Or I know what I'd do. I'd start tomorrow. Or no, I'd start next week. Or no, hang on a minute. No, do you know what? It's Christmas is coming up. I would wait until after Christmas. That's a good idea. I'd wait until everything's perfect, until all of my circumstances are absolutely ideal and nothing else is going on in my world and my kids are back at school, and until I start. Then I'd start. So I'd wait. I'd just wait. Then
tomorrow. And then tomorrow, yeah. Tomorrow never comes though, does it? Yeah, great way to make no money.
Thank you.
Another great way though, you know, talking about tomorrow, is that maybe I'd start something new today and I'd start something new tomorrow too. And then, you know what, on Sunday, I'm going to start something else.
Oh.
And Monday, I'm going to start something else new as well. I'm just going to start learning something new every single day. I'm never going to master anything. I'm never going to know anything in real depth. I'm going to keep looking at what everybody else is doing that's new and do that too. Yeah. Going to do that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Jump around from one thing to another.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Loads of new stuff.
Yeah. That's so good. Okay, if I wanted to make no money, I would really make sure that I'm ignoring my dreams, like my bigger dreams. Like I really wouldn't want to even think about them. I definitely would definitely not tap into my soul desires, like the things that, you know, I desire so much. I would ignore my intuition for sure. And like any sacral hits or instincts, I 100% ignore those because they're bound to be wrong. And then I'd probably just sit by and just watch everyone else do it whilst I'm ignoring my dreams and my desires and my intuition and my instincts. And just what I do.
Great way.
What else would you do?
It's a great, I mean, that is probably one of the best ways, really, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I'd do? If I wanted to not make any money today, I'd just stop trusting myself and stop believing in myself. That's it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, job done.
Done. Go on, you next.
So I'd make sure that I wasn't making money by writing out all of my ideas for my programs, for my brand, for my social media content. I'd keep it in the notes in my phone. I'd keep it in my journal and my notebooks, but I'd never ever let anyone else see it. I'd never put it out there. I just keep it to myself. That's what I do. That would really make sure that I didn't make any more money today.
What about if you wrote it all out, and then you were like, oh no, that's really crap. That's not going to help anybody. You just tell yourself all of those amazing ideas that you just written in your book, you were like, then you just start, oh no, that's not going to help anyone.
I definitely wouldn't write it out. I definitely wouldn't share it then.
Do you know what I'd want to do today if I wanted to make no money? Do you know what I'd be telling myself? I'd be saying, you're shit at tech, you are. Shit at tech, I'm shit at tech. I'm so not creative at all. I'm crap at creativity. I've got no inspiration. I've got no money. I can't write. I'm crap at writing copy. I am crap at being on camera. I'm crap at speaking. Do you know what? I'm just crap at everything. I just keep telling myself that throughout the whole day. I'm crap at tech. I'm crap at making money. I'm crap at coaching. I'm crap at speaking. I'm crap at crap. I'm just crap. That's what, if I wanted to make no money today, that's what I would do. I'd just sit and tell myself I was crap at everything.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah. Job done.
But you're very good at making no money. You forgot that. You forgot that bit.
Very good at making no money.
Okay, so I would make no money by never doing anything new. Like, I would definitely not step outside of my comfort zone. Stay safe.
Stay safe,
Stay safe, people. Stay safe.
Yeah. Stay safe. Just don't.
And if it felt a bit scary or a bit hard or felt a bit discomfort, just stop.
Pull yourself back. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't. You might make some money, if you did that.
Exactly.
You don't want to do that. Don't do that.
Stop.
Yeah.
Right.
One thing I would do if I didn't want to make any money today was I would never, ever, ever invest any money. And we're talking money here because I don't want to make money. So I'm not going to invest money in me and my personal growth. I would never invest in working with a coach or a mentor in high level containers. I would never want to have the deep conversations. I would never want to make it all about me and my phase of my life, in my problems, in my thoughts, in my beliefs. I would never invest unless I could get an absolute guarantee that it was going to work for me.
Yeah, why would you?
And then do you know what I would do? I'd probably come and have a chat with you and say, but no one's investing in me. Because I can't guarantee it's going to work for them either. Do you know what? That's what I would do. Yeah. To make money, to make no money. That's what I do today.
Yeah. Okay, so to make sure I made no money, I'd finish the program or the coaching container that I'm currently working in, that I'm currently in. And I would then come back and I'd throw some rocks at the person running that program or coaching container. And I would probably criticize them and blame them, maybe mock them a little bit, and just find all of the reasons why it wasn't my fault, even though I didn't do any work for the whole duration that I was there. But if I don't want to make any money, then I just make sure that it wasn't my fault. I'd make sure it's somebody else's fault that I wasn't.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I do that. No, make no money on that one. Never learn. No. You know what I do? Should I tell you? It's one of my favorites. I'd make sure I was doing everything. Everything. I wouldn't let anybody else help me. I wouldn't outsource. I wouldn't give, because I'm so good. I'm so good at everything. I would never let anybody else do it. But you know what? I'd also probably moan. I'd go off and moan that I did everything and my life is really hard because I have to do everything. I wouldn't want to build a team. I wouldn't want to bring a team in. I wouldn't ask for support. I'd never do that because I'm the only person who can do this. That's what I would do.
Yeah, especially at home as well. Like you want to make sure you're doing everything at home as well.
Yeah, so everything at home.
Learn about that and not get there.
I've got, my life is so full, my diary is so full, I've got no time at all to do anything else. And that's because I have to do it, because I'm so good. Nobody else can do it better than me. I'm no one.
This is true. Okay, so how to not make any money today?
Yeah, how would you not make money?
I'd only do things when I felt my absolute best, or when I felt like it, when I felt like doing it, or if I was feeling like I was in the right energy to do it, or like feeling like high vibe. Yeah, I do that. I definitely only do things when I felt like it.
Yeah, if you were high vibe, that's the only time you'd ever come in and do your work.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe like that might happen every 1 minute in a day when you're
just when I feel like it. So I can't guarantee when I'm going to feel high vibe. So I'll just I make sure that I only did it when I was high vibe.
Yeah. Do you know what I do? Anything that I ever promised that I would do for myself, I wouldn't do it. I break every single promise I'd ever given myself. That's what I do today. All those things that I said that I was going to do, I just wouldn't do them. I just not do them. That's it. That's all. I would give up. I would literally just give up. When it wasn't working, I'd just be like, F that, I'm not doing that anymore. I would just give up. That's it. That's what I would do. In order to make no money today, I'd just give up.
Yeah.
I'd give up on making no money. Yeah.
Or you could say you're going to do it and not do it.
Yeah. I could. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Just clarify that one. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good.
I would make no money today by really being a pushover and wearing my special people pleaser badge.
I'm a people pleaser. Me too. I'm a people pleaser.
I'd wear my people pleasing badge with pride and have very low standards for myself and for other people in terms of how I allow them to treat me. I'd let people walk all over me, all over my boundaries, push my boundaries, and then get really fucked off with them because they stretch my boundaries. How dare they? And do you know what I would do? I'd be too nice. I'd be too nice. And I would really try and be liked by absolutely everybody by being too nice. And then I'd take on responsibility and the blame
of
everything just to keep the peace.
Yeah. It's my fault. That's what I would do. Yeah. Good one. I love that one. That's a really great way. Really great way. Another great way I was thinking that I could not make any money today is just surround myself with all the people who are always moaning and bitching about everything and how little money that they've got and how crappy everything is. I'd just hang around with all of those types of people who are always saying that kind of thing. I would never, ever today would not go into a room where I thought that there would be people there who could inspire me to do something a different way or to be bigger or to stretch me. I wouldn't go in there. I would really avoid that room. I would just stay in the room where all the people are just like staying safe, that safe thing again. And we're just going to stay here and we'll just moan about everybody else instead. That's what I would do. Yeah.
That's a great idea. I love that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would also, to make sure I didn't make any money today, I would really blame everything that's completely outside of my control. So I'd blame the state of the economy, the shit show that is the government right now, the war that's going on. I would blame the price of living, the energy crisis.
Don't turn your telly on. Don't go out. Don't look. Don't do that.
No. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Did not realize that one. I'd also blame the weather, tax system. I'd blame the Facebook algorithm for why people weren't seeing my stuff, and probably all the people that weren't following me that should be following me. Just everything that's completely out of my control. I blame that. Yeah,
because that's a great way to not make money. I've got another one. I like this one. Do you know what? I'd not look after myself. I would not prioritize myself at all. I would eat all the shit food. I would have McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I would never get up and exercise. I would not get any sleep. I'd watch Netflix all night. I would prioritize everybody else's health and happiness before actually looking after myself, so that I was kind of like in the worst place possible to come in and support, and I would just have no energy. So yeah, I wouldn't meditate. I wouldn't go out and socialize. I wouldn't have conversations. I would just put myself at the bottom of the list and make no time for me. That is what I would do. I would let my health rot.
That's a winner.
Winning
the
game of making no money.
Okay, I'll tell you what else I would do to really win at making no money. Keep telling myself and everyone else that will listen that I don't have enough time. Oh yes, that's it. There's just not enough time in the day.
You don't have time, Em. You don't have time. You've got a toddler.
Got a toddler. Got a lot less time than everybody else that's doing it. That's for sure.
The house run. Yeah, not possible. Do you know what? The best one for me, and I think this, I know we said we were going to do 10, but this is the 26th way in which I wouldn't want to make money today. And it's to just keep having this really shit relationship with money. I keep talking to money like it was a bag of shit. And I say, you never show up for me. You never come in. You never come on time. There's never enough of you. You're totally unreliable. I just speak to money as if it was like my lover that was just really failing at being my lover. And I tell it that I hate money, that it wasn't good enough, that it was dirty, that it was disgusting, that it should not be in my life at all. And I would also say that money wouldn't buy me happiness, because no, it wouldn't buy me the trips that I want to go on with my family where we have so much fun. And yeah, do you know what? I just keep bitching about money all day long, talking about how little there was of it around, that everybody else had it and that I didn't have it. Do you know what? That is what I would do to not make any more money.
And I feel like we could go on longer, but ladies,
my God,
26 ways to not make money today. That's going to keep you really busy, probably for the rest of the year at least.
To not make money. Do all of those things if you want to make money.
Or we can flip things around and let's look at all of those and let's just do the opposite. It's that simple, isn't it? It really is.
Everyone's laughing.
Like taken in the light-hearted way that it was intended today. Yeah. But let's have a good laugh at ourselves. ladies, because I think we laughed at ourselves writing
I
these.
think this, yeah. Oh, what have I done? This is why we didn't make any money.
The reason why we were able to come with that insight today is because we have probably done all of the above at some point in our life. And the reason why we are the way we are today is the recognition and the awareness of those, and the fact that we now flip it. But I just think it's a really fun and really great way to have a look at any solution that you're looking for. It's like, okay, let's look at the opposite.
I love it. The flip side of it. What is it that you desire? And flip it.
I'd love to see if anything's coming up in the comments, any of those that particularly resonated.
Just tuning in while Freddie has a nap and enjoying it so much. You guys are a comedy duo, so fun. So weird at 3 a.m. I was having this exact thought regarding how, if you know who you are, where you're heading and what you want, there's no excuses. But if you want to find excuses, you can find them. Yeah, of course you can. There are so many reasons why you wouldn't do something, and all the reasons why you can. And you just get to choose. It goes back to, are you playing to win or are you playing not to lose? And you've got to really focus on what it is that you want. Go back to what I said at the beginning. Our minds are wired for survival. So it's going to look for the problems so that it can anticipate them in advance. But we're not living, as we did in caveman times. We're living in a time where we are presented with so many opportunities every single day for growth, for expansion, for your wildest dreams to come true. And it's just your decision to go out and get them and do what we've done today. If you didn't want your dreams to come true, what would you do? And then that gives you your strategy to come back in and say, well, let's do the opposite of what I've just told myself to not do in order to get what I don't want, which is exactly what we've done today. So you can go back and watch this very, very silly Limitless Brunch, which was, as Em said in complete light-hearted tone. And everything that we've said not to do in order to make money, just do the reverse and you'll make money, guaranteed. There we go. I said the word guaranteed.
Yeah.
Well, why not?
Yeah, why not? I hope you enjoyed that session. We had a lot of fun preparing for this session, and lots of laughs. I think just going into the weekend on that vibe, and do let us know if you're watching on the replay.
I just thought number 27. If you don't want to make any money, make it really hard work.
Oh yeah,
go and make it such hard work. With that note, go and have loads of fun this weekend.
Love that, ladies. Just a quick reminder to register for Womankind coming up next Thursday, the 17th of November. So if you're just joining and you didn't hear us talk about that at the beginning, just rewind and you can hear all the details on that. It's going to be the most incredible experience. It is free. We would love to see you there. We are so excited about delivering that training.
Every woman, if you've got the invites, if you've registered already, you've got an invite that you can share out to all of your friends, your family, anyone who you feel needs to see that, whether you do that publicly, whether you do that privately. We would love for as many women to come in and listen to what we've got to say next week, because we want to create a world where we have womankind, the confidence to be, for you to be one of a kind in the places where you can. Em and I have created this amazing relationship between the two of us where we can be our own individual one of a kind, to be vulnerable, to share. We create spaces for all of our clients to be exactly that, and we want more and more women to be able to feel that they can be that in and around and amongst each other. So we've done a lot of self-reflection on how we've actually managed to create that, and we want to share that with all of you so that you can create beautiful relationships with the girls and the women in your world, so that we can create and foster this feeling of womankind, the confidence to be your one of a kind, and to really start helping reduce this confidence crisis that we see in so many women in our world at the moment. So as Em said, there are links everywhere. You can find, if you can't find them, put a comment. We'll put some more in the comments. It's the morning of the 17th of November. That's next Thursday from 9:30 to 1:30 GM. I always want to say GMTV, but I do mean just GMT. It's GMT. And if you register, you can join us live, or you can get all of the replays. As Em said, it's also free, and we would love for you to come in and join us. Thank you for being with us this morning. Thank you for laughing with us. Thank you for letting us be ourselves.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Have a wonderful weekend.